Hello there guys, and welcome back into yet another with us, the Review Bros. My name's Aaron.
My name's Craig.
And today we are joined yet again for another supplementational review, and not quite in the form of a pre-workout as per se, but an addition to any pre-workout, or something that could be used standalone. You've seen it in the thumbnail. It is the Bulk Stimulants 1,3-dimethylamine, aka DMAA. We're going to get into the usuals today for you guys, and bearing in mind we have already reviewed a previous batch to this one. I will note that this batch is 2022-0207 and it's best by 02-2004. 24 should I say. So yeah guys, do be wary. We reviewed the first batch. It wasn't fantastic, it really wasn't. That's the ultimate truth. They've decided to send down another batch to us. We're going to hope for bigger and better things this time, aren't we, as we go through those usuals?
The taste, if it tastes like anything at all. The price, is it going to be worth your money? The label, only one ingredient, so it should be nice and quick. And most importantly, the effects.
Is this going to be the real deal? And we're just going to put it out there, guys. We are in no way, shape or form recommending this, endorsing this, promoting this product. This is based purely on our own personal experiences. So bear that in mind. No one is pretending that DMAA is healthy, so neither are you guys. Let's get into this one.
And if you're new here, please do subscribe, tick the bell icon, like the video and let us know your thoughts on this.
Cheers guys. That moves us into the first segment, guys, the taste and the mixability of this product. And quite obviously, it's an unflavoured, a powder, effectively. Now, when I put it on my tongue just in pure powder form, it had a slight bitterness to it, a slight sort of chemical taste to it. But honestly, we are talking very minute weights here, where 1 scoop equals 10 milligrams, guys. So we're talking very small dosages. And I do believe even if you used to put it in some water, you probably wouldn't really taste it at all. But most of us out there, and the reason we're going to do this today is most of you are going to be using it alongside another product, or a fruit juice, a squash, something that's going to completely mask the taste. And for today's review, just for the sake of it, we're using it with a very, very, very basic pre-workout in the form of the Broly pre-workout, and it only contains very basic ingredients. We have reviewed it on the channel. It scored very low in all effects, didn't it?
Yeah, all it's really got is caffeine at 200 milligrams,
So that's the reason we're mixing it with that. The last thing we would recommend doing is mixing this with a stronger pre-workout, because obviously that could have adverse reactions. So we're not recommending it at all, but us personally, we would use it with a weaker pre-workout, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
We would. So, there you go. Roll into the second element of these pre-workout reviews, and that is the price of said product. How much is it going to set you guys back? Well, head on over to bulkstimulants.com, where you can find this product, and they do a range of other products as well that are more down this sort of category, if that makes any sense. I can tell you it comes in at $54.99 per the go. Now they do say you get an approximate 1,000 servings from this, but that is only 10 milligram serving sizes. Now I can tell you one 10 milligram serve will cost 5.49 cents. So very, very cheap per 10 milligrams. Now, I reckon most of you out there will be doing more like the 50 milligram range, in which it will come in at about 27.5 cents per the go. So it's actually still very affordable, but wait, we are speaking now with Bulk Stimulants to get our hands on a discount code. We used to have one back in the day, seems to have expired, so we're just going to be in talks with them to see if we can get you at an even cheaper rate. But as you can see straight away, it's actually pretty cheap per the 10 milligram serving size, isn't it?
Yeah, can't complain with that.
We are now into the label of the product, guys, and quite obviously it comes in just that one ingredient that you can see on the packet right there. It comes in the DMAA, the 1,3-dimethylamine, at 10 milligrams per the scoop. Now, pre-workouts nowadays, they range from 20 to 120 milligrams, don't they, really? So it's very good in the fact that you can very easily customize your dosage. What we do recommend, and we're going to chuck the link in the description below, is some very accurate scales as seen in the ones earlier on in this review. But you need to not be eyeballing this stuff. It is very important that you get the right measurement, because you make a mistake with something like this and it could lead to disaster. That's the truth. And we've seen it before with people taking caffeine powder. We've seen accidental mistakes. So yeah, do be very careful. And it also says on the back of this packaging, all chemical compounds have risks. Please do all available research before consuming. And effectively, it also says this product is not approved by the FDA. So please bear in mind, guys, this is not for, you know, your everyday Joe goes to the gym. This is for the advanced users who know what you're getting yourselves into, doesn't it, effectively? Yeah. So bear that in mind, do your research, get yourself some decent scales if you even think of getting a product like this. And yeah, let's see where this is going to get us in the effects. Okay, guys, it is the time that you have been waiting for. The effects segment of the DMAA powder by Bulk Stimulants, round number 2. Now, we're 100% honest, guys, so you'll know that we've reviewed this product quite some time ago. Probably a year ago, maybe even more than a year ago. And, well, not too sure of the time length, but the point being is the DMAA then, unfortunately, was lacking. I didn't feel anything from it. Went up to probably a good 100 milligrams of the stuff. Still couldn't feel it, and I wasn't really prepared to go any higher, especially when you concern DMAA. You should really honestly be feeling DMAA from like 20 milligrams if it's genuine. So again, this is based on purely our true experiences of this batch, which says 2022-02-07, and it's best by 02-2024. So we very, very recently received this one from Bulk Stimulants again. They reached out and was like, do you know what, we're surprised by your first review. Can you please give it another shot? We'll send another one down to you. And here it is, it landed. So I've used it a few times myself now. I've used it a couple of times with a pre-workout, a basic arse pre-workout, like completely bad scoring, but basically to give it a base, a bit of caffeine to kick it behind it. And I've used it on its own as well. Now, we both used it again today, didn't we?
Yeah, we stacked it again, like we said, with another low stim pre.
Very basic pre-workouts, and what I recommend to you guys is if you ever even think about anything like this, then two things. Get decent, accurate milligram weighing scales. That is very important. And secondly, either use it on its own or with something very low stim. Do not go stacking this with an already stronger than average pre-workout. Like, do not do that. We would not recommend that, and we wouldn't even do that ourselves. And we've been around the block where it concerns stims, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely. We've had our fair shares. And to be honest with you, we probably wouldn't even go above 50 milligrams after using it today.
No, and that kind of tells you a little bit of something, doesn't it? A little something. So, used it. Went and trained back and biceps on it today, and you get a very, very, very good drive from this product. It's 100% the product. It's not the pre-workout. We've used that pre-workout before and it scored like a 3 out of 10. I can't even remember, but it's a bad pre-workout. And bearing in mind, I've also used it on its own, and it does the same minus a bit of caffeine drive. But yeah, guys, it is strong. Like at 50 milligrams. It is strong. I wouldn't really want to go above that. The first time I used it, I did do about 65, 70 milligrams of it. And, 4 or 5 hours after, I was literally being like, this is getting me too high. Like, I was just sitting there having dinner and, like hours after training, and it's just going up and up and up. And I'm like, when is this going to actually stop giving? Because I started to feel sick. Like, I really did. I was a bit like, yeah, this is strong. Like, please calm down. I had some food, drink, just to try and, take away from the feeling. Like, it's It's strong. Now 50 milligrams, for me, you probably like perfect. Probably
Yeah,
like
sweet
spot. Insane drive in the gym, focus for days, energy for days. There are negatives with it, no denying that. You do get an excessively high heart rate, which is probably definitely a risk. And it does make you very, very thirsty. And they are telltale signs, aren't they?
Dry mouth.
Of illicit stimulants. We still are not going to go on record and promise you guys this is DMAA, because that, without us burning it up in a spectrometer or similar, scientific expensive equipment, it's impossible for us to be able to tell you it's 100% DMAA. But what we can say is it feels very, very reminiscent of that, and it's definitely illicit. It's not a placebo effect. It's not it's not a bit of caffeine powder. Obviously at that milligrams, it wouldn't feel it anyway. It's the real deal. It feels like either DMAA or DMHA, but like an ultra pure DMHA, because we only really feel it from about 100 to 300 milligrams. Okay, so it cut us off, and as I just mentioned, obviously unless we've got decent scientific spectrometer burn machines, we can't promise it's DMAA, but it's definitely illicit. Now, we spoke about the negatives. High first. No crash, surprisingly, no crash. The highness just kept creeping up for hours and hours until you force yourself into bed, and I didn't actually struggle sleeping. So there's that as a positive. What else can be said? All I can say is just be careful when you mix it with other pre-workouts. I would recommend it to Craig, I would.
But not you guys.
Can't recommend it to you guys. It's obviously worth mentioning. I don't know if I already have because it cut us out. This would last you, even if you was taking 50 milligrams every single day, it would still last you more than 6 months. So it's definitely worthwhile from a price point of view if this interests you. Now remember, not for beginners, not for intermediate users, but only for the most advanced people who are prepared to weigh it all out, do the research, really be careful with it effectively and know what they're doing. And
like I said, I can't remember if this is cut out either, but you can instantly turn standard pre's into Stim Junkie pre's by adding in a few scoops of that.
Yeah, you could get like a $15 pre-workout, 30 serves, some real cheap, nasty piece, and add this in and you're absolutely laughing. Or caffeine pills.
Yeah, and pumps were actually really good on this as well.
Yeah, pumps were nasty on this stuff, guys. We've said it before, I'll say it again. They all go on about how stimulants such as this, caffeine, etc., are vasoconstrictive, aka they affect your blood flow and your pumps. But if we talk about it anecdotally from our own experience, when your heart rate is up, then guess what? Your blood rate flow is up. Therefore, your pumps are up. And for us, that's always been the way. Pumps have never struggled. So pumps, for me, on this stuff are fantastic. It gives you a superior drive, this stuff. The energy is very good. It's not a mood elevating product, but it's also not a mood decelerating product. It just kind of gives you tunnel vision, kill shit, focus, kill it. No appetite suppression or very mild, surprisingly. So, if that all sounds right to you, then that sounds right to you. It's at this point we say it, don't we?
As always,
stay
stimmed.
DMAA style.